All right. So let's move on to one of the other big news of the day. Kevin Durant gets traded to the Houston Rockets by the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns trade Kevin Durant to Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick in this draft, and 5 second-round picks. What is your reaction to Kevin Durant getting traded?
Uh, Me personally, I mean, it's a good thing for the Rockets. The Rockets get KD. They just replaced KD with Jalen Green for the most part. I mean, yeah, you lose Dylan Brooks, but that's okay. You still got defensive players over there, and then you got other guys on the bench that can step up. But I would have preferred KD to go to the Spurs. I like it for the Rockets because they really didn't have to give up too much to get him. And now that they didn't got offensive juggernaut like KD, they can make some real noise next year. Um, I like it though. I like it for the Rockets. I just wonder what they starting lineup gonna be. Are they gonna put Jabari in the starting lineup? Or are they gonna replace him with Tyree Eason? That is what I'm curious about.
It was a report that said they're gonna start Fred, Amin, KD, Jabari, and Sengun. That's
Okay.
probably
Well,
what it
yeah,
is.
and then they re-signed Steven Adams. I like their odds next year a lot, like a lot. Because
They
if you were to replace Jalen Green with KD this season, who knows how far they would have went.
they have the second best odds to win the championship now, with since KD got traded. But I've been saying the Rockets basically since like it was the news that he was gonna get traded. This was even in the season. I said I liked him going to the Rockets anyway. I just felt like they just needed just another consistent scorer. He's one of the best scorers ever. Top 15, top 20 greatest players ever. But like you said, they didn't really give up nothing. Cause 5 second-round picks, it is what it is. This 10th pick, which is technically yours, because this is what you gave them to the Nets and the Nets traded to them. So technically, this is your pick. Technically. Dylan Brooks, good 3-and-D player. But it's like he's like the throw-in guy. Gotta make the salaries match, obviously. And it's basically Jalen Green, like you said. You basically just traded Jalen Green for KD for one-on-one, 1v1. And like you said, they already got the defensive players around him in the men. Jabari, Tari, Reed Shepard is still on the bench. He probably gets more tick this year. You got Fred. Cam Whitmore probably gets an uptick in minutes this year. So I really like this team. I really like this team because if they face the Warriors, we said it. If KD replaces Jalen Green, they probably win. They have a chance of probably beating the Warriors, but we'll never know. And I think this is a championship type move. Like, could they get to the finals? I don't know. But I do think now the goal is to at least make the Western Conference Finals after you trade for Kevin Durant. Like, this is a really good starting five, and they're gonna make some noise in the West. Like, they're really gonna make some noise in the West, and it's gonna be exciting to see, man. It's gonna really be exciting to see. Now, let's talk about it on the Suns side, man. The Suns got Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, but you still also got Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. Now it's kind of what you gonna do. Are you keeping Jalen Green? Are you gonna trade Jalen Green? So, what's your take on the Suns side of this trade?
Well, they already came out and said that well, not the Suns per se, but it was already reports coming out they're not trading Jaden Green. So if they're not trading Jalen Green, they're gonna have to move Book and Bill, if not one or the other. They had to go because Jalen Green, Book, and Bill they cannot coexist on the same team. They cannot. Um, but I like so far they trying to retool their future. If they trade Devin Booker, they definitely gonna go in the right direction of a revamping their team. But getting Jalen Green, a young, I don't really believe in him like that, but he's still a young, up and coming player. 20 point per game score. If he can lock in on the defensive end and get better on the defensive end and his playmaking, then maybe he can take that next step. Um, but getting him as a corner piece, that's a good start. That's a good start.
Well, I mean, this is probably what the best thing they could have got. You see this with the Heat. They probably didn't offer as much. We see what they tried. They didn't want to offer whatever. They said the Spurs never really offered anything. And it's like, so we're gonna trade you here, and the best we could get is Jalen Green. I was shocked that Jabari was not in the trade. I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked. I always thought he would have to be in the trade to make it work. Now, maybe if it was for Giannis, different story. But I always thought it was gonna be Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, and the 10th pick. I did think that. They didn't. They just got Dylan Brooks. You know, Dylan Brooks is a gritty guy. He talks a lot of mess, but he's the type of guy you do want on your team. Jalen Green, up and coming, good player. I know they said they're going to keep him. I really don't know, honestly, if they will, because unless you trade Bradley Beal, which he has control over, I just don't see how this works with Devin Booker, Jalen Green. Like, they showed the starting lineup. This goes to Jalen Green, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Dylan Brooks, and Nick Richards. Ugh. Like, come on.
That's not
So,
it.
like that. No, that. First of all, I think that's just like potential starting, but that won't be it. Like, you got too many guards. You said that last week. It's too many guards on that team. So, and everybody needs the ball in their hands. Like, Booker can play point, but you really don't want him. Jalen Green isn't a point guard. Bradley Beal really isn't a point guard. So it's like, it's only one basketball. So it's like, who's getting all the shots? Everybody can't have the ball. So I really don't like for the Suns. The Suns are, I'm putting them in like, not in that Kings tier, but like, they're a bad organization. Like, they haven't done nothing. Yeah, you trade for Kevin Durant, but they have made some bad decisions. And now taking back Jalen Green, which you probably could have got better, because you always talking about, hey, man, we go to the Spurs, man, we get a way better package. And you've always said that from day one. And you just come back with Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. That isn't the greatest package. And you didn't even ask for, say, Tari Eason or Cam. Like, you didn't even ask for none of them. You just said, whatever, we'll just take this. I think they kind of messed up a little bit, but it's not the worst trade, but they could have probably got better.
Well, hopefully with that 10 pick, they can get the big man from Duke. That'll help them a
I gotta
lot.
watch.
That'll help them a lot because they definitely need a big. And then pairing him with Jalen Green, that could be a decent little starting piece. But they gotta flip Book. They gotta flip Book and get a lot back for Book. Cause like you said, it's only one basketball. There's too many guards that need the ball in their hands. Devin Booker could play off ball, but Bradley Beal or Jalen Green are the point guard. So trying to get him the ball is gonna be hard. And then trying to run an offense where you can have all three be successful, that's gonna be hard. So they gotta go.
What if
I
Devin Booker
personally think
doesn't
they
want to
gotta
go?
go.
What if Devin
I
Booker doesn't
mean,
want to go?
I think he will because this isn't a championship team. He wants to compete for championships. I know he said that he wanted to stay in Phoenix his entire career, but he also wants to compete for championships and wants to win. And you're not going to win anytime soon in Phoenix. And I don't think he's going to pull a Dame and stay there to the very last minute and go and leave late. I think
I
he'd rather
wouldn't.
leave earlier than late.
I wouldn't be shocked if he did it. He looks like a lifer, and especially, I don't know how he is, but it's hard to turn down $76 million a year. It's hard. It's really hard to turn that down, and that's what they can offer. 2 years, 76 million annually. It's hard, but you're probably consulting with him on things. So it's like, okay, look, Book, we got you, Jalen Green. We'll probably keep him, but if we can't find another place for him, we'll probably flip him. We're trying to get rid of Bradley Beal, but he could do whatever. And we just got to get better role players. Like, they still got Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, Nick Richards, Ryan Dunn is a second year player now. That roster now, it's like, it's just not good. It's just not a good team. And I still don't like, this team is not even a play-in team. Like, they're just not. Like, if you look at the West, they're not better than the Mavericks. Honestly, even with Kyrie not there, they still not better than them. They're not better than, honestly, they're not even better than the Grizzlies. They're not better than Grizzlies. They're not better than Warriors. They're not better than Wolves. And everybody else, they're not better than none of these teams. So it's like, they're probably not even better than the Spurs. So it's like, if I'm Book, I want to be a lifer, but like you said, this team ain't good enough. And sometimes you just gotta make that difficult choice and be like, I don't want to stay here, bro. I just want to get moved. Let's work together and see where we can go, and we move on. But if he stays, I will not be shocked at all. I will not be shocked. So real quick. So if he does stay, you'll be very shocked.
Yeah, I honestly
Oh,
would. I honestly would, because they have no chance of winning in the future. He's not getting any older. I think he's what, like 28, 29.
yeah, he's something like that. Something like that.
So you don't, what I'm saying, you don't have that many years left. I mean, yeah, you're still young, but how old is, let's see,
He's 28.
28. Yeah, he's gonna be 29 this year. Start of the season. So it's like, bro, if you want to win, bro, your best bet is to leave. If you don't, if all you care about is getting your money, because he's made enough money already, and then he has endorsement deals. So it's like the money shouldn't be too big of a problem. It shouldn't be. You already made over $100 million already, and like I said, you got endorsement deals. You have all these investments that you have. So if you want, his main focus should be winning the championship. If it is what he actually said it is. So if your main focus is winning the championship, your best bet is to ask them to trade you.
Everybody wants as much money as they can, though. I know you like to be that guy that, I've made all this money, so I do want to win. But to some people, they do want to win. They do want to win, but they also want to win it where they started from. And they do want to get as much money as can. Like getting 76 million from the team that drafted you it means something than a team that could probably get you 40 something million. Like I know 40 is still 40 is still a lot, but 76 million and 40 something, that's a decent amount. But so if Devin Booker does potentially ask for a trade, who do you think is the best fit for them? You can name one team or a bunch of teams in your opinion. What is the best fit for Devin Booker if he does get traded?
Um, well, I mean, I know 76 million is a lot, but if he do that, who gonna pay that?
The
Even
Suns.
even if he like, even if he do like, no, I'm saying as far as
Oh,
like,
okay.
say if he signs that extension, because he's gonna want to get his money, right? So if he signs that extension, he's not gonna want to stay there after that because I already got my money, and then those 2 years are gonna be just wasted down the drain. Now you're 2 years older, closer to retirement, and now you're trying to find a team. So more than likely, he's like Dame did. Dame signed that extension, and then he asked for a trade. So that's most likely what Devin Booker is gonna do. But if he does that, who's gonna pay that 76 mil? Nobody's gonna do that. So the best bet is to ask for a trade now. That way, at least teams can at least afford that. You know what I mean? But I would want to see him go to the Spurs. Honestly, I would want to see him go to the Spurs. Him, Wemby, De'Aaron Fox, Castle, um, and then whoever else they end up keeping. Well, Devin Vassell most likely is gone. Um, but yeah, if I can get me a pairing of Fox, Book, and Wemby, I would like that. I like that a lot. Or he can go to the Pistons. He can go to the Pistons. Kim, Cade, Duran, Asor. I like that a lot too.
Those aren't bad teams, honestly. I like the Pistons one. I do. The Pistons one is very intriguing. It's very intriguing. The Spurs one, it could work. It could work, but I just don't. I don't know, bro. I think it's the right thing to do to ask for a trade out because of what has been going on, but I just don't see it. I really don't. I really don't see it. Or if anything, I'll say this: I think he sticks it out this year. Maybe see how the team is going throughout the season. Then maybe closer to the trade deadline, you probably ask for a trade out. Like I could see that more than just doing it this summer because the Suns have already said, and obviously this is before the KD trade, like we're not trading Devin Booker. Like we're not trading him. And like I said, they could give him the most money. And the thing is, people will pay that because he's a really good player. Dame got paid that, and Dame was way older than this. So you think people aren't gonna trade for a guy that's 28 making that much? But Dame got paid that, and he's like 30. He was like what 34 at the time, and the
It
Bucks
depends on
knew, and the Bucks knew that. The Bucks knew that. So it's like a team will do it if they think he's the missing piece to our championship. Like the
what what
Spurs,
team what team has that type of salary cap that's built to win a championship?
the Spurs,
No,
they could trade for him. If
I mean,
hypothetically,
I
if
mean,
he
yeah,
signed,
them, but I'm talking about not including like the two teams that I named because the Pistons have the cap for it. and the Spurs have the cap for it. But if he doesn't want to go there, or if they don't trade him there, when he signed that 76 million extension, that's a lot of money on somebody's books that they gotta pay.
Yeah.
What championship level team is gonna pay that?
Well, we don't know what, and that's why, like, we really don't know the teams yet. And that's when you look at the, like, what teams do have the cap space. Like, I don't know off the top of my head, obviously. And that's why when you name the Spurs, and I was like, Spurs do have the cap space to potentially do it. Plus, that would be down the line. He's still on his other deal that he just signed. So that won't take effect until later on. So you really don't have to worry about that deal. You don't have to worry about that no time soon. And that's why you try to win a championship in that window. Look up what his contract is now. Look up what his contract is now. I think he's getting paid I want to say 40 some, 50 some around there. It's off the top of my head.
He getting paid 49.
Yeah. And how many years he got left?
3.
Counting next year will be 3.
Yeah. Yeah, next year. No, he got 3 years left. Next year will be he signed a 5-year. When he signed, he signed a 5-year. He signed an extension in 2022. And his current contract ends in 28.
Yeah, and then it'll just go on. So yeah, so then them 2 years. So then you have a 3-year window to win with him. Then you just deal with the 76 mil. So you have a 3-year window to figure that out. Then when we get to 29, whatever, we'll figure it out. So yes, a team will trade for him if they think he is that guy. Even if he does sign this extension, somebody will trade, especially if it's a good team that has the cap space, like you said, Spurs, Pistons. Honestly, what other legit good team, like at least a playoff contender, championship contender team, has the cap space? A lot of these teams really don't have that.
I'll say a lot of teams don't have it.
Exactly. So it's really only like, I guess, like you said, Spurs. Maybe the Heat could do it. They'll make, we know about the Heat. But the Heat, probably the Spurs or the Pistons, they have the cap space. So they will take the risk. We just got to win in that 3-year window. But overall with the KD trade, I think it's really good. I give it like a B. I give it like a B plus for the Rockets, and then for the Suns, I give it like a C minus, because they probably could have got better. But it's like, you did get a young player in Jalen Green back. You did get that, so you got the first, you got the 10th pick, and like you said, and especially if they do good with that pick, and if they get Malawatch, like you said, that could be really good for them. And you got Dylan Brooks. So I give it like a C minus on the Sun side.
I give it an A on the Rocket side, because you basically finessed them. You basically finessed them and got one of the greatest scorers of all time for Jalen Green, who's inconsistent, in the number 10 pick. Dylan, like you said, Dylan Brooks is just a throw-in guy. So, you know what I mean? I give it an A for the Rockets, because you basically finessed them. For the Suns, like you said, I give them like a C. You got a young, rising player, talented player, and then you got that 10th pick. And if you hit on that 10th pick, you can your rebuild can be even faster.
So yeah, man, this is a good trade. But if there's nothing else to talk about, this is it for a Full Court Entertainment podcast. This is a reaction. The Oklahoma City Thunder win Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and they are your NBA champions. SGA is your Finals MVP, and Kevin Durant got traded to the Houston Rockets in a blockbuster trade. That is it for this for this reaction. We will see you guys on Thursday for a full episode. We will see you guys next time. See y'all later, man.